morning. Jim Norton and Sam Roberts are back.
Playing all the hits. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Colin Quinn's here.
Yes.
He's muscled Jim Norton out of the equation.
I know.
And it's about goddamn time, isn't it?
Oh, my God. It's been long overdue.
Colin, a lot of people don't realize this, is going to be in the city where I went to college. Syracuse, New York this weekend.
That's right, baby.
And I mean, I can't wait till you come back on the show and we can talk all your Syracuse memories. Go down to Marshall Street and see if it all looks the same. Oh, yeah.
Central New York, not upstate.
No.
I'm glad you said that to me because I might have said upstate.
No. You have to say Central New York. And you know what you do?
What?
You reference a guy, Billy Fucillo.
Billy Fucillo?
Yeah, he's the car salesman over there. His commercials are on TV all the time.
Oh.
He was saying huge before Donald Trump was. He goes,
huge.
Oh, wait, did you guys hear him say Bigley?
How about Sherman Douglas? Is he still a big name up there?
I don't know Sherman Douglas, unfortunately.
In the old days,
Sounds like one of your made-up names.
Adrian, look up Billy Fucillo. So Colin can, because Colin needs to be informed.
Why do you have me with a gun to my head?
It's Colin Quinn, a Vietnam story. It's you as walking in fucking the Deer Hunter.
I don't think that's right.
There he is.
It's Billy Fucillo.
There he is. Look at him. He's the king.
Huge. What is that? It's huge, Tom. Huge. It's back to basics. It's huge.
He's on.
Oh, it's all huge.
I mean, the nerd in the suit's always with him.
Oh,
that should be his thing.
The nerd in the suit.
And his wife's probably like, why is it every time we get a dinner, everybody has to yell huge? And he goes, hey, selling cars, shut up.
Yeah, right. You like eating nice restaurants?
He's pretending he doesn't like the fame. It's just a business thing.
Right. Billy, I just like it, Billy Fucillo.
Yeah. So when you get up on stage, be like, hey, big crowd tonight, or should I say, huge?
Would they get it?
Oh, yeah. Central New York loves them a good Billy Fucillo reference.
Is he still alive?
Yeah. I'm telling you, when I was up in Syracuse, it was every commercial break, Billy would jump in. Every commercial break.
I love it.
You watch I'm on cable, network. He was everywhere. And everybody loved them. That was the toughest part about coming back to Westchester for me.
Was what?
I'd make a Billy Fucillo reference, and my high school friends would be like, Sam,
yes.
you've gone Syracuse on us. They wouldn't know what I was talking about.
That's the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
Going Syracuse?
Yeah. You've gone Syracuse on us.
That's right, Billy Fucillo. If you're gonna make references to Coach Boeheim.
Yeah.
You got to make that's when they'll know. Like, anybody can make a Coach Boeheim reference.
Of course, it's a hack reference. I know that.
But when you go up there.
I know I'm a hack when it comes to Syracuse references.
No, what you ought to do, I'm
anymore.
telling you, you ought to go up there with oranges.
And pour them out with the oranges.
Pull them out of a basket. Like, if a joke bombs, you hold it up and you go, come on, folks.
Because the problem is.
Hold up an orange. Come on, folks. Like, what are you doing?
Scorch was not actually big in Syracuse.
He wasn't?
No.
Oh, no.
If you go up to Syracuse and you reference Scorch as like remember when Scorch was here? Everybody would go, no. Who's that?
Where was he big, in Rochester?
No, he was never, I mean, he wasn't big, you know?
How come his reel only has 1,600 views?
No.
Do you ever see his acting reel?
He looks pretty good in that one.
Wait, do you want to see his acting reel?
Just for a minute, yeah, there's some good
All right,
moments.
let's go. We should go back to the beginning.
Why is he yelling?
I don't want to undersell him. Scorch has moved out to the West Coast.
Yeah.
And Scorch, for those of you that don't recall, is the man who I learned radio from. In Syracuse, New York. He's a local guy. He was in Boston for a while, and he spent many years in Syracuse. First,
park the car in Harvard Yard.
That's right. That was his bit. But he first did radio when I met him in Syracuse. He was in the afternoons on the big K-Rock station there. Then they fired him, and he started doing mornings on this tiny little station that doesn't exist anymore called Rock 105, The Dog. And that's where I met him. We were in a little tiny closet every morning doing morning radio.
Stop saying the word like that.
Yeah, that was weird. Closet.
It's awful.
We were in a closet.
Trust me, I know how to say it. I live in one.
But now, Scorch has left Syracuse. He left his co-host high and dry, I'll tell you that.
Oh.
Oh, my God. The whole time I was there, he was telling his co-host, don't worry, Paulie, I'm sending out tapes. You don't need to do anything. For some reason, he was telling Paulie, do not do anything. Do not send out tapes. Right. Do not look for another gig. And then the night before he was leaving, he goes, Paulie, bad news. Tomorrow's our last show. I got hired out here in New Hampshire.
Oh, my God.
Because he was sending tapes without Paulie on them.
Oh, Jesus.
So he ended up leaving. He went to New Hampshire for a while. He got the boot from there. And now he's on the West Coast. He's trying his hand at acting.
He's like, Paulie, when I get settled up in New Hampshire.
That's what he said. You just stay here. I'm going to get settled. I'm going to bring you to New Hampshire. It's going to be great. They're looking for you already. They like the way you sounded, but they want me to warm up the audience.
Oh. God, did you really say that?
Of course.
Let's say he's acting.
Of course, but this is what he's doing now. This is West Coast Scorch.
You know what this means, right?
2 assassinations, 1 week.
Pause. You gotta set it up. He's talking to a guy in a hard hat with yellow gloves on, and Scorch is wearing a mask.
And what's great about this, and the reason you know it's a great project, is a lot of these phony Hollywood projects, even though you're wearing something that covers your mouth, they'll fix it in post. Here, Scorch is almost impossible to hear because he's actually wearing a mask.
Oh, it's a Bane mask. Okay.
It's just a half. No, it's like a half of a skeleton, I think.
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at the one Adrian pulled up.
You know,
well done.
I forgot. Why don't you tell me what it means when a member of the council gets bumped off?
Hey, Reaper! Time to die.
Oh, you hit him.
Yeah. He's punching him a lot.
Some pressure to make a diamond. It's called beam selective. You would hire every clown that comes your way.
What?
If it weren't for me.
He's right.
What do you think of that? Of the way? Do you think that's a natural way of speaking?
It is, and he's right. He's right. Hold on. He's right, because what happens is this guy's going to hire every clown that comes his way, but not when he's there.
Right. You would hire every clown.
He's trying to be like Christopher Walken.
Oh, is that what he's trying to do? Just emphasize odd words because it's like, Scorch has an acting style that's all his own.
I'd like to have some eggs and hash browns.
Right.
This next one is Scorch comes onto a porch and there's 2 little girls there. So what's this called? I guess he's playing a meaner older guy.
And Scorch in this one, see in the last one, he had a thing over his face. Yeah. He was obviously dealing with some kind of crime. This one, Scorch is just the guy in the neighborhood that you don't want to mess with.
The lighting on the first one is good.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's very dim.
Yeah. It's cool when you can see nothing of what's happening.
I see, because it leaves more to the imagination.
Sure.
Yeah.
For me, you...
But
Lefty, mean neighbor Scorch.
Did you hear the cut?
Yeah.
He goes, did you? And then it just cuts off. Like the audio. Listen to the audio drop out of the last clip. He left it on a second too long and decided not to go back and fix it.
Hey, if it weren't for me, you...
Because the fade was just a little too long.
Here's Lefty, the mean neighbor Scorch.
Would you like to buy one of our toys?
Why the hell would I want to buy one of your toys?
No fun to play with.
You're in my fucking house.
I'm a little girl to you. Do I look like I play with dollies? Do I look like I play with little fairy toys? No, I don't want one of your toys.
Yeah.
He said toys a lot in that statement, didn't he?
I don't want your
He just
freaking
kept
puzzle.
going.
What is it? A little puzzle of a little kitty cat, maybe a little puppy dog, huh? I don't want your puzzle.
Right behind him is a hand.
Skunk.
Hey, hands at the waist. Right behind him is a hand that's crawling past
out of a
him,
box.
Out of a box.
He doesn't see it.
He's out to get his just desserts.
You think so? That's why the music kicks in.
I guess it's a left hand.
Why do you think it's a left hand?
Because the movie's called Lefty.
And he's throwing.
Do you think? Oh, that's who the star of Lefty is.
Maybe, or more, or whatever.
Go for it.
I should just punch you right in the face, you know? I don't stink like a skunk. I don't want your puzzles. I don't want any of your girly toys. You know, why don't you just get the hell out of here? I should just kill you.
Very believable.
You think that was an ad lib? I should just kill you.
It was great.
You liked it?
Yeah.
You think that? Have you ever encountered an angry neighbor?
I have, yes, and I've also been angry at little girls.
And is that what it sounds like?
It really is.
I should punch you. I don't want your girly toys. I should kill you.
Yeah.
I like that there's no internal motivate. It's all just external.
Right. It's just emote. Just emote.
Yeah.
And then whatever your character would be feeling, literally say it in a sentence.
Yeah. Now this is called The Color of Dust.
This looks like a cool kind of vampire type thing.
She has emo lips, dark black lips.
Yeah.
It almost looks like Twilight meets Mad Max, which I think could be great.
That is good. You're right.
You know?
It would be good.
I think it could be great.
We should write that.
Get out! Get out now!
He's pointing a gun.
You think I came to your town looking for a job? Y'all think I came looking for a place to live? No, you understand something? That means I would have to ask. And I don't ask for nothing.
That's the accent.
Just take.
So what's that?
I take.
Whoa! Just shot a girl in the head.
It's also like, you know how
really good blood coming out the side. They put in post, I think.
I think they actually shot the girl. That's what it looked like to me. The problem is, you know how like Tom Hardy was a badass in Mad Max?
Good point.
You can tell he was in great shape.
Yeah.
Like when you tuck your shirt into your desert pants and you can still kind of see the scorch cut. You know what I mean? like it's a guy who's...
I didn't notice that. Let me see that.
Okay, you want to rewind a little bit?
I did not notice that.
Yeah. See if you noticed that...
And I don't ask for nothing. I just take.
Okay, look.
So what's that?
You see?
Yeah.
He's got the torso of a man who's hit middle age and maybe on the other side of it.
It's a very mean-spirited way of putting it.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Who's on the other side of middle age?
Yeah. All right, what's the web series called? The Soldiers of Misfortune? Co-star Sorge.
Colin, you'll be able to comment on this because this is a web series just like Cop Show was.
Oh, okay.
And it's weird, too, because looks like he was able to find funding for this.
Absolutely.
And you couldn't find funding for Cop Show? I mean, what's...
Just let's cut the clip. I'll see why they were attracted to this project.
Okay, great.
He craps his pants. Smell now! My mother always told me when you don't have anything good to say about somebody, you don't say anything. So Chet, Mark, and Frank, before we go...
I'll tell you why, though. It's really funny because he didn't say anything. And I like the fact that his signature is to always have a toothpick.
Well, you know what he told me?
What?
He writes off $10,000 a year on his taxes or toothpicks.
It's like his signature.
Yeah.
Should have made merch.
Yeah, put like Scorch on a toothpick.
That's right. That's right. You like the toothpick.
Love a toothpick. It's his signature.
We did some math after he told us that because he said it in earnestness.
Yeah.
We did some math as to how many toothpicks $10,000 would buy.
Right.
It's far more than is humanly possible to purchase in a year.
How many?
I mean, hundreds of
Of
thousands.
toothpicks probably $269.
Right. So $10,000. And how many toothpicks in a box?
One.
No, like 200.
Yeah, it's way more than one, dude.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
All right. Well, now that you break down the math, I understand.
And you know what I started to think? He may have been lying about the whole thing.
That's possible.
It is possible. Now, on his reel, we go past... Do you know why that web series would have been effective and yours, unfortunately, obviously was not?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely was direct, like through the filmy shots and just the whole... There was an energy to it.
And the punchline was good. I mean, it was like... Because there was a quote that we all recognized and a funny moment came after it.
This thing's depressing, man. I don't think we should watch any more of it.
Plus, the way he talked to camera, it's like... It's a very sort of... Have you ever seen that show... The Office? I don't know. 'Cause it's kind of reminiscent of that.
Yes, it is.
Which a lot of people haven't done.
The English Office.
That's right.
That was so good.
Wait.
Do you ever see the one where he dances?
I must have forgotten to tell him.
I can't watch
Don't let me forget
anymore.
that I danced.
I can't watch any more of Scorch.
Well, we haven't gotten to PFG TV.
All right, fine.
go
I've
for
seen
it.
it a million times.
one thing, and your name is what? Kender. There's one thing you got to do. You got to look into this camera right here.
Yeah.
Right there. Right? And you got to go, ow, 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 because, dude, if you don't look like what Sam Kinison would look like if he was alive today, oh, my God. I'm sitting there like, that's Sam Kinison. Holy crap.
I think it's all men.
The biggest laugh he ever got on P. He's like,
He nailed it.
Put on the Kinnison clip.
And the guy does look like Kinnison. I mean, he wasn't lying. Can't sue him for slander.
He's just fat and has long hair. He doesn't look anything like Kinnison.
He really did not look like Sam Kinison.
No, he didn't at all. Why does this depress you, Colin?
Just because, first of all, when I started acting, I had a similar acting technique as Scorch. Did you? Yeah. Just like yelling and kind of, we both had interesting voices and just there was no like acting. It was just like,
just emoting.
I disagree.
Emoting through words.
I enjoy your earlier work.
So you look at Scorch being like, I was there once.
yeah.
But to see Scorch
Yeah.
At at an older age.
Yes, and even those movies, you can just tell the budget by the movie. It's like I can see the craft service tables just like M&Ms and like really like dry Triscuits and like just cheap soda.
There's not even a table; it's just a bunch of stuff in the back seat.
Right.
So it's that golden time of the struggle for you when you were young. He's hitting that now.
Yeah.
And that's tough for you.
Yes.
That's tough because there's not that much time. Even if this works out, how much time is there on the back end?
I'll tell you why Colin's depressed, because he's remembering an audition he went on once for an angry neighbor. Didn't get it.
Scorch got that?
Also, I know that if you allow that, like, if I really decided to allow, like, if I had really low self-esteem, I'd be doing those guys would be like, hey, man, you should do this part in our movie. I'd be like, okay. And I'd be the angry neighbor.
Like, the mentality where that comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
And the mentality of the people have the audacity to ask you to do it.
Yeah. So, what about this one, though? This is a TV commercial. So, a TV commercial is a big deal, right?
Yes.
For Star.
That's right.
Or Zip.
She knows how to fix cars.
Oh, wait.
Is that
Zip,
Reese Witherspoon?
I don't know if that was actually her.
I think it's her.
It's Zip,
the question answering app.
Yeah, and Star, he means he's the star.
Now, you've heard of the app Zip before, correct?
No, I have not.
Oh. Colin, you must be aware of the app Zip.
No, I'm not familiar with it.
It's a question answering app.
Travis, you watch all the Apple keynotes. You know who Eddie Q is. You even know who the original Tick was. You remembered that.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Eddie Q.
My geek friend. How often do you find yourself using Zip, the question answering app?
Oh, zero.
So, but you've heard of it.
Yeah.
You have heard of Zip?
I have.
Zero uses of it.
Zero use.
Do you really watch every Apple keynote?
Yeah.
Yuck.
Why not?
I watch
Eddie
him.
Q's on him.
I watch him too. Eddie Q comes up.
I gotta know what Eddie's doing.
That's right. He has his shirt unbuttoned. He's looking good.
Yeah.
Why are you insulting him? It's fine that he watches.
Colin spit on the...
He spit on the
window.
Teft box window.
It's hurtful, Colin.
All right.
I think all men should know how to fix cars.
That's like saying all women should know how to do laundry.
Well, up until now, this was the only solution. But that's no help. Because when you're arguing or debating with someone, the only way you can prove you're right is to try and get others on your side.
T-Bones, we love.
Oh.
That's
now,
cool.
You like that?
Sure.
I feel really bad for everybody else in that
That was a
commercial.
very noisy commercial.
It really was, and the camera work was not good, because Scorch is delivering his lines, and the camera's fucking across the room, filming him from the left.
But it's a TV commercial, it says.
That's not his fault.
I don't know, yeah.
It's a TV commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that got rejected by the advertising.
And the
Oh, you
voiceover
think
stuff
so?
is good. For T-Bones and Cactus Jacks.
Yeah, voiceover stuff.
Love, great taste, and we traveled all the way to Dodge City, Kansas to find
not
it.
specific.
T-Bone's Master Chef, armed with decades of knowledge about what makes great steak, toured America's finest cattle ranches to find the very best premium choice beef. Introducing T-Bone Reserve Premium Beef.
You know what?
Oh, no.
Honestly, he does. He's found his niche.
Yeah, he has a good voice.
Beef commercials?
He's a great voice for beef. He's like the Sam Elliott of commercials. Sure.
Hey, who wants beef?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
does have an interesting, like, a timbre to his voice.
You know what he
Good way
used
to
to
put
say?
it. Timber.
He could be in one of Billy Bob's. If he ever does like one of those rural movies that he likes, he should look at stuff. You should show him Scorch is real.
You know,
What do you think of that?
when I was hanging out with Scorch, he used to have a go-to line because the voice is very specific.
Yes.
And we go to restaurants or whatever, and the waitress, she might say, "Hey, aren't you on the radio?"
Oh.
And you know what Scorch would say?
What?
No, I'm sitting right here.
Oh, God!
Fucking good line.
Every time.
God damn
Every
it.
time. That was his go-to.
Good line.
Jesus.
She probably laughed, right?
No, they would always just kind of look confused and say,
They'd
"Okay,
look at
what's
him
your
like,
order?"
what are you busting my balls? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what's your order?
Fucking work. I'm trying to be nice to you.
Yeah.
I'm sitting right here. And you're like, and he looked at you like with a mischievous look in his eyes, like, right?
We got her, didn't we? And I go, "Yeah, Scorch. Yeah, you got her, Scorch. Keep doing that line."
What?
What
All right, let's watch this. This looks good.
This is
Black and white
Is
as a
that
wrestler.
Mark Gastineau?
This is the pro wrestling part of Scorch is real, because he's Vito Carlucci, esteemed pro wrestling manager, and I don't know if you know this, but he told me when I was up there, he got Triple H into WWE.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't use that power to get himself.
Oh, exactly.
A similar position, but...
Or to use Triple H to finance some of his projects.
Something like that.
Maybe that's going to happen.
The man's worth millions, billions, really.
That's right. That's right. He's just being a bad guy.
The guy picks up a guitar and he hits Scorch in the head.
Honky tonk man.
What is that?
I think we're just seeing the same angle. Like,
This reel is insane. It's got like I think he spreads himself too thin. Is the other problem.
you mean he's trying to be good at everything?
He's trying to wear
instead
too
of
many
great?
hats. He's trying to wear too many hats.
Yeah.
All things to all people.
Right.
I think voiceovers is the way for him to go. He's got the vocal quality that could really do some commercials, especially that beef type commercial.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem. Voiceover work doesn't do quite as much for the ego.
No.
Some people were born to have that face on camera.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that is where Scorch is at right now.
Let's play the rest of this because I like the fact that the crowd noise is in there on the reel.
Yes.
This is on the reel.
Yeah. It's like a camcorder.
And a lot of smoke came out of the guitar. I don't know why.
That's what happens when you hit people with guitars.
There's like, why is there dirt in the guitar? I don't understand why a guitar is fucking... Is that just to kind of show the impact?
Oh, that's cool. It ends on 10 seconds of dead air.
This is really crazy.
that's what it
The
ends
saddest part about that says 2016 reel.
Yeah.
If it said like 2003, I'd be like, all right, you never bothered. No, he's out of the business. No, it's
Even 2013, you'd probably still give him the benefit of a doubt.
Yes.
Like, okay, he's probably,
2011 maybe.
Hold on, I want to give Scorch a good reel. You put a modern day thespian.
No, he needs to. Honestly, he needs to go to acting school.
What?
Voiceover stuff is better.
You mean teaching acting school?
No, he needs to go to acting school.
Oh. Why?
Because he's just gesturing and using new.
Hey, Colin, I'm mad that you said that. Why are you saying that and making me mad? You should die.
You should die.
Shouldn't mock Scorch's acting ability.
Choices are really.
Who do I look like to you? A teacher? What am I going to teach, math? Or teach social studies? Why don't you just die or I'm going to kill you?
I like that he goes, Paulie, hang tight.
He told him, dude, Paulie, listen, I'm sending out all our tapes. You don't need to worry. I gotta tell you, I got a couple bites. I felt so bad for the guy.
Well, Paulie enjoyed him before that, right?
No.
No?
No, Paulie never enjoyed himself.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he didn't. He wanted to do a real radio show, and Scorch just wanted to scorch it up all the time.
Wait, is Scorch living in L.A. now?
He's living in, I think...
To act, you gotta live in L.A.
It's outside of L.A. He was doing stuff in San Francisco for a while.
Should be closer to L.A., though. That's where it's all happening.
Jim's really got his finger on the pulse.
That's right. That's for
Is that right? Is that true? Is there a lot of acting work in Los Angeles?
Showbiz Central.
Huh.
Yep. Yep. It's a town that'll make or break you. Am I right or wrong?
I love that you have such love for him that you're really trying to help. You're like, Scorch, just go to acting school. You can get it.
He needs to. No, because he has a great voice, but it's like, it's not. It doesn't matter. It's like he's got to go to acting school.
Well, maybe
he's always pushing every minute of every. I mean, I was watching that reel. I was getting tired. I almost fell asleep.
Do you think he was a little too eager, too much?
No, he just doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, here's the thing, Colin.
He has no idea what he's doing.
A lot. That's what you think? No idea what I'm doing. What are you, the idea police? What are you coming out acting like I have no idea? I got lots of ideas. One is to kill you.
I disagree with both of you. I think he was good in that, and I felt he was menacing.
A lot of times.
Just him stuck on the Golden Gate Bridge. You can't even afford the goddamn... whatever it costs to get over there, going to some audition, driving back to his...
No, he Ubers to one end and walks over, and then Ubers from the other end.
He's like Tom Hanks in the airport movie where he's stuck there, except he's just on the bridge because he can't pay the tolls either way. He used his last money to get on the bridge, and now he can't get off. He's just walking back and forth.
Right now, his whole life is Tom Hanks in that airport movie.
Just in the middle. He's in flux right now. He's a little bit in flux. You know what happens, though?
He's got a good look. He's got a good voice.
Yeah.
You know, he needs to really get serious.
He has nice feet.
He's got to get serious.
They show his feet in that.
A lot of times, wait, are you looking at my feet? What type of guy are you? Maybe I should punch you, little girl.
Yeah,
You
who
know-
wrote this script, by the way, where you're supposed to pretend you're going to punch little girls?
See,
when they
that's
came to your house?
a lot
Exactly.
of times.
Why would you punch them when they're right there? Yeah, you don't do that. You don't threaten to punch
It's
'em.
more chilling if you guys could see the movie because he's on a porch. And just the idea of Uncle Paul on a porch is really, really lethal.
Hey, look, there's a little hand crawling
It's like
around. Crawl up and give you a tickle on your fanny.
Lefty's hand is Uncle Paul. It's the spirit of Uncle Paul.
Oh,
in
God,
the hand.
yes.
I'm gonna crawl
That's the
over,
Uncle Paul movie.
tickle your toes.
That's the Uncle Paul movie. That Uncle Paul would have took that to another level.
Yeah, I got a pedophile hand that lives in my house.
Crawl
You ever
up
see
and
that?
tickle your bottom.
You ever see that movie? That guy with the child molester, like Pleasantville or one of those? Not Pleasantville. What was the other?
The
movie?
Woodsman?
No, the one that came out that was really chilling. At the same time as like Pleasantville. Oh, I can't remember. But it was the guy plays a child molester. It was like, oh,
You know, a lot of times
Paul could have easy. Yeah.
it's the material that you're given.
Yes, that's
that
true.
affects it.
That's true. That
So
didn't help.
We do actually have good news that's breaking.
What?
Scorch updated his Facebook page last
All right.
week.
Good.
He's decided that enough of this, and he's not going to wait around
Well,
for
that's a
somebody
good
to
point.
deliver. He's writing his own sitcom.
Oh my God.
Well, why don't you give it a second? Maybe it's good.
A sitcom.
Yeah, he's going to write his own sitcom. And, hey, everybody.
And
Let
he's
me see
not
this.
lazy.
He says,
the guy's
hey,
not lazy.
What? America
working.
doesn't want to tune in every week.
You don't think so?
No. What's it about?
Let's see. We're finding it on the page. He's going on auditions too.
Well, that's fine.
He's going on auditions.
He needs to go to acting school.
Oh, cool. He's auditioning for Awesomeness TV. You guys ever done anything for Awesomeness TV?
No. Jeez, I never even heard of it.
You have?
I sent a tape. I've never heard back.
Oh man, Scorch is killing it.
Look, he's got a good look.
He's
You
got
know,
headshots
great
made.
voice. But
Yeah.
he's got to go to acting school. You don't know what he's doing.
Oh,
Adrian, that's his old page. You got to go to his other one.
Listen, I'm not some big great actor, and if I
Come
know,
on.
well, good point. But if I know what you don't know what you're doing, you know how bad you have to be.
Hold on, Adrian's on the wrong,
His
wrong page.
new page is Scorch, actor/entertainer.
oh, perfect. That's Colin. You think that's a step in the right direction?
Actor/entertainer.
Better than PFG because people understand what acting and entertainment is.
Yeah, people know PFG. It's pretty fucking great, and it's all over the country and in England. There he is. There it is. Okay, listen to this. Hiya, Facebook. Well, as of last night, we officially got the ball rolling. Armbar. Oh, I'm sorry.
Amber.
That's not how you spell Amber.
Well, that's what-
Ambar.
Oh, Ambar, okay.
Ambar, Kaiser Miller, Jeffrey Miller, and I started our journey on writing an in quotes, episodic sitcom.
I think all sitcoms are episodic.
And look how he spells sitcom.
SIT dash
Capital C-O-M.
capital C-O-M.
Sitcom.
In quotes, episodic sitcom. We have a shit ton of great material to get us going. We already spoke about some people who we are inviting on board, but we'll be looking for a bunch more actors to bring the show to life in the relatively near future.
Who is reading this every day that he puts it up?
Relatively near future.
Yeah.
Oh, and I get that just in case, because that brand is not going away. You're going to love this, Carl.
I see it.
We all feel PFG about this project.
God damn it.
You know what PFG stands for.
I know, but I'm saying, who's reading this?
Well, how many followers does he have on Facebook?
Probably a decent amount. I mean,
You
he's
think
been,
so?
Right, yeah.
He's been in the industry for a while.
Let me see those.
How many?
What's in here?
You got muffins in there.
All just muffins.
Muffins on muffins. Right against
That's
the
not very
door.
nice. Billy Bob might want one of those.
How many followers does he have? Adrian? Just having a stretch.
He's got 5,800.
Okay, 5,800 likes is not bad. 5,800 likes.
If you want to soup the show up, you should start going, yo, Adrian, every time you talk to Adrian.
I already did that.
Oh, man. We should take a break because Billy Bob will be here soon.
Yeah,
Well-
9:54. Colin, stick around.
And now I'm leaving.
Why?
Because I got a lot of stuff to do.
Radio! You don't want more of that? Scorch and Edgar and Uncle Paul.
That's
special.
That's the kind of thing like on a Wednesday morning, but Monday I think it's too much for people.
Special.
It's too much to
I feel
start
like
there.
a lot of people are crashing their cars today.
Will be on Channel 50 million.
No,
Is there even a channel?
Files.
Colin Quinn's The New York Story will be on Netflix starting Friday night.
That's right.
Midnight.
Friday into Saturday, not Thursday into Friday.
But you'll be able to watch it all the time. But watch it this weekend so Netflix can see the juice that Colin Quinn's got in this
That's
town.
a good point.
It's a brilliant special. I saw the at the Cherry Lane twice.
Thanks, Jimmy.
I think it's the only comedy show I've gone to see twice in my fucking life.
It's pretty impressive.
And as you heard earlier this morning, this is the show that Colin always wanted to do. He's got nothing after this. Nothing.
That's right.
He keeps going back to the well.
Yeah. Well, according to you, I should get away from the old history.
Get away from the old history.
Diet history.
Yeah, been there and done that.
I'll tell you what you do.
What an ass.
Billy
What's that?
Fucillo, the one-man show. You could just do a show about the life and times of Billy Fucillo. And you know what you call it?
But
Huge. I think it'll be good. So check out Colin's special starting Friday night at midnight on Netflix.
I'll be in Florida this weekend, Friday, Saturday. I'm not sure about Thursday, but the Fort Lauderdale Improv tickets going fast.
Is that right?
No. I don't know. I haven't checked.
This is my Conor McGregor app.
You actually have the Conor McGregor app?
Yeah, I bought it the other day.
Attaboy.
I bought it before the fight, so I'm not in front of it.
You're not
good,
bandwagon.
good. What does it do?
I just send it out as tweets. You know, there's like 50 of them, different pictures, something like this. It's kind of cute. It's all,
That's cool.
It's all cartoons.
Is it kind of cute? You think it's? Oh, it's Conor McGregor emojis.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can just
it's a
send your
good
friends little Conor.
Yes, there's one right there.
That's cool.
Oh, that's on my Twitter page.
That's what you're
I
using.
sent that out the other day. To
Well
get
done.
Get a few, you know.
That's what you're using your Twitter page for now, huh?
Well, I'm using it to get, you know, I feel like if I'm associated with him, I'll get more popularity in my life.
That's true. That's true. I think it's working. Thank you very much, Colin Quinn.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll be back after this.
We'll be back with more Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy.
Larry the Cable Guy here. Happy to bring you
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. You'll hear all-American comedy that you love, backstage interviews with your favorite comedians,
with me, Jeff Foxworthy.
and a whole bunch of our friends.
Did I mention me?
Oh, quiet out loud.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup is on right now. Check it out.
Sirius XM 97. Or listen on the Sirius XM app. You're going to love it. I promise.
Punk pioneer and rock and roll rebel.
Hi, this is Billy Idol. Listen to my new show on Sirius XM First Wave.
Billy Idol's live transmission.
We're going to be rocking some punk rock songs from way back in the day. New wave, 80s. We're going to be playing the wide selection without objection. Nice day for white weddings. Live transmission. Let's rock!
This and every other Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific.
On Sirius XM First Wave.
Channel 33.
With so many choices on whom to partner with, why do drivers choose John Christner Trucking?
They do what they say they're going to do. Nice people, they make you feel comfortable, don't feel left out. Never been to a company to where you can just come in and just feel at home.
Ask any of our drivers. John Christner is the real deal. Good miles, consistent freight, integrity, the best lease.
A lot cheaper. I like the fact that I can actually buy the truck instead of going and actually just leasing it.
Hi, this is John Christner. Starting and running your own business isn't easy, but with hard work, you can achieve the independence you desire. I'm proud of the men and women who call JCT home and the service they provide our valued customers. Join us and let the JCT family help you achieve your dream of starting your own business. Thank you.
Call John Christner Trucking today at 866-782-5412. That's 866-782-5412. Or visit johnchrisner.com.
Traveling during the holidays can be stressful. Let Tile help you worry less. Tile is a tiny Bluetooth tracker that attaches to your keys, wallet, bag, anything you don't want to lose. Just ask Ryan.
You know, tiles are a lifesaver. My luggage was lost flying overseas, but luckily I placed a tile in my suitcase before I took off. I opened the free app on my phone and marked the bag as lost. To my surprise, I was notified that my bag was found and located in Switzerland. That's not even the country I was looking in. I never would have found it without the Tile community.
Every day, over 500,000 lost items are located with Tile. This holiday, give everyone on your list a gift they can really use and save up to 35% on Tile multi-packs. Plus, get free U.S. shipping. And for a limited time, get free individual gift pouches with every 8-pack order. So you can easily gift Tile to everyone on your holiday list. This offer is only available when you order direct at GetTileNow.com. That's GetTileNow.com. GetTileNow.com.
Hiring people is probably the worst part of my job. It's such a hassle, the searching, the sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 100+ job boards, all the top sites.
All of the candidates came to my dashboard, and it's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I liked them, thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments, printing up docs, phone calls, none of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week. I don't know how we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Whether you're looking to fill one position or 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter, where your job is just one click away from 100+ job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/try-free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/try-free. ZipRecruiter.com/try-free.
When I listen to Audible, I'm not riding the L train during rush hour. I'm hunting whales with the crew of the Pequod. I can feel the cold air in my face and the icy spray of the Atlantic crashing against the bow. The smell of rotting blubber fills my nostrils. There she blows, boys! Dead ahead! It's the white whale! This is my stop. Excuse me. Pardon me. Sorry.
Go to audible.com/Sirius, and your first download is free. Audible. Stories that surround you.
XM 103, Sirius 206. I'm Stormy Warren on the highway. There are two places you can find me in the downtime. One is on a river fly fishing or on two wheels on my Indian motorcycle.
Hey everybody, this is Cole Swindell. Just chilling in. What do I think of Stormy Warren? He's one of the guys in this business that I always am comfortable talking to. He's a fan of country music. He's honest, and that's why Stormy Warren, there ain't no better than him in my opinion.
You can find me every weekday morning, 6 to noon Eastern, on the highway. Sirius XM, Channel 56.
I love shopping from the comfort of my home, especially during the holidays. But you know who else loves online shopping? Package thieves. And the more we buy, the more they steal from our doorsteps. In fact, over 23 million Americans had a package stolen from their homes last year. But this year, you can stop package theft with Ring. Hi, I'm Jamie Siminoff, inventor of the Ring Video Doorbell. Ring sends instant alerts to your smartphone whenever someone steps onto your property. With Ring's HD camera and two-way talk, you can see, hear, and speak to visitors straight from your mobile device.
Can you put that by the side door?
Ring lets you watch over your home and stop package thieves in their tracks.
Hey man, drop it. I got you on camera.
Don't let package thieves steal your holidays. Guard your gifts with the Ring Video Doorbell. Give someone special the gift of peace of mind for the holidays. Defend your doorway with a Ring Video Doorbell. Get yours at ring.com/talk and save $150 off a Ring of Security kit. That's ring.com/talk.
Hiring people is probably the worst part of my job. It's such a hassle, the searching, the sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 100+ job boards, all the top sites.
All of the candidates came to my dashboard, and it's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I liked them, thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments, printing up docs, phone calls, none of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week. I don't know how we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Whether you're looking to fill one position or 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter, where your job is just one click away from 100+ job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/try-free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/try-free. ZipRecruiter.com/try-free.
As an owner-operator, I know making a success of my trucking operation depends on getting good information and making good decisions. That's why I count on OOIDA for my truck insurance. They make sure that I'm protected with exactly the coverage that I need and save me money by not selling me stuff I don't. If you're an owner-operator, you owe it to yourself to call the Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association. It's a good decision. Call OOIDA at 1-800-444-5791.
Discover great stories performed by talented actors and narrators with audiobooks from Audible, an Amazon company. Audible provides an unmatched selection of bestsellers, new releases, mysteries, sci-fi, classics, and more. Start with a free audiobook by going to audible.com/Sirius. Using your smartphone or tablet along with the Audible app, you can escape with a story anywhere on your commute, in the car, doing chores, or on the go. And that means you've got time to make the books you like a bigger part of your life. John Grisham, Stephen King, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, whatever it is you like, you're going to find it at Audible. So your next dinner prep could be a spine-tingling thriller. Your next workout, a breathless adventure. Hear it for yourself. Start a 30-day trial, and your first audiobook is on us. Go to audible.com/Sirius.
Get comfortable. Jim Norton and Sam Roberts are back.
Billy Bob Thornton coming in.
Yes, welcome back to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Billy Bob Thornton coming in. Welcome, man. How are you doing?
Oh, not too shabby.
Hello.
It's good to see you.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, it's all good. I was watching, I watched the movie last night.
Yeah.
And I was worried about it a little bit because Bad Santa, by the way, Bad Santa 2 is obviously the movie. And it comes out on November 23rd. And it's such like a gloriously mean movie, you know what I mean? And they're just not made anymore.
Right.
That you worry that they're going to do a sequel and kind of, especially now, nice it up. Because I feel like 2016 is nicer than 2003 was. Like, it's even tougher to get mean out there. And I was not even a little bit disappointed. It's fucking hilarious.
Cool.
It really is funny, and I think you guys did a good job. Are you glad that you did it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you respond better to stuff like that that's a little harsher? Like, because, there's nothing worse than softer humor that's just like, it doesn't feel like it lands.
Well, I mean, the first one was, it kind of created a subgenre of comedy. It was sort of the first one like that, and then there were, some imitators afterward, bad plumber, bad, bad pet groomer, and, all these different things. And so, but the thing about Bad Santa is you can't just go out there and be profane and be funny. You have to have something underneath that.
Yeah.
And so I think it always had a good foundation, And I respond to edgier stuff usually. I'm not real big on. I'm not the sort of guy playing the dad next door that whatever plays with dogs.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you wrote a couple of things and you directed them and you said you don't want to do that anymore because you felt like they kind of took some of your creativity away, or they butchered what your final product you wanted it to be.
Yeah, a lot of times the stuff that they shave off is the very stuff that you need in there. They want to just keep close to the bone, sort of, and just tell the story and get it over with. And it's a lot of times it's the character stuff and that really gives something its personality. And that's usually the first thing to go. And but I mean, as a director, I think I'm probably obsolete these days anyway, because I was influenced mainly by Southern novelists and also people like John Steinbeck and people like that. And, I write stuff that has humor and drama all mixed up. And these days, it's popular for critics to say, well, it couldn't make up its mind what it was. It's like, that's the easy thing to say if something has humor and drama. If you look at the classic movies, most of them do.
Right.
And dramas often are just over-earnest, and comedies are just wacky.
Yeah.
And you put them together, and people don't know what to think about it. It used to be that was the norm.
And it's got to also be hard to get those movies made, right? Because it seems like everybody wants to know exactly where does this fit? Where do we plug it in?
Sure.
How do we advertise it? Because sure things only. We only do sure things.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I was a kid or a teenager or whatever, James Taylor and Black Sabbath were on the same radio station.
Right.
And, and now it's like, everything is compartmentalized and everything, and people do need to be able to identify something, and frankly, I think it's better when you can't.
Mm-hmm. You and I, by the way, I don't know, you probably don't remember, but we did a tribute together, the Ozzy Osbourne tribute. Oh, you did? Okay, how did you know Ozzy? Do you know him well, or how you just met him?
I know Ozzy pretty well, and, I just met him around, it's like with Lemmy. I knew Lemmy too, and people say, how did you know Lemmy? I was like, I don't know, he was a fan of something I did, and I just met him somewhere. You just meet people, and I knew Sharon. She had a show. It was like her very first show a long time ago. She had a talk show kind of thing, kind of like Ellen has, you know. And I was on there one time, and so I just kind of got to know him, and I just saw Ozzy when we were shooting Bad Santa. He loves Bad Santa. Oh, he does. Yeah. And so I saw him up in Montreal. My son Willie was with me up there on the movie, and they were playing in Montreal. We went down and saw him, and Ozzy had some kind of sinus infection or something that night. But he was going to come by the set, and we were going to throw him in the movie. And but he got too sick with his infection and had to go into New York. And
Oh, okay. You were going to give him a little cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Would you have enjoyed spending time on a movie set with Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah,
Jim is like the biggest Ozzy fanatic. I mean, he's also got a relationship with him now, but he's the biggest fanatic.
I love how Ozzy's. You guys remember this one? He got a new car. It was one of those you had voice commands or whatever. It's like radio on and stuff like that. And I couldn't understand Ozzy. I never did any of the stuff he asked him to do.
He's got all this technology that he just can't use. He's got no use for it whatsoever.
I've watched him text before, and he still uses like the little stylus to text. I don't think he's a big tech guy. He's a pretty.
He still uses a stylus?
Yeah,
that's so funny.
Yeah, I don't think he's a big voice command guy.
Do you think about the reception that when you do a movie or whatever it is that you're doing? Like, do you think about the way it's going to be received? Like, do you sit there and go like, oh, people are going to like this or not like that, or do you just do it?
You know what? The thing about it is, certainly not while I'm doing it, I don't think about it. Afterward, you're kind of forced to, because then you go out and do press for it, and you start thinking about it. But one of the things, and I've talked to friends of mine who have been around a while, after once you're a veteran of this business, you know exactly what's going to happen.
You do?
Oh, yeah. I can do an interview with a guy, or a girl, or to be fair, because every now and then I can read women, not very often, but
I've had a few miscues. Have you?
I've had a few miscues.
In the short term, though, you can be very good. In the moment,
in the moment, right, exactly. And but I told a writer like 2 days ago in L.A. He said something about that, and I said, oh, yeah. I said, I can walk in a room, and I can tell you exactly who I don't want to hang out with and who I do. I can tell you, what people think of the movie.
Yeah.
And he said, really? What do I think about it? And I told him, and he said, wow, you're right.
But did he like it or not like it?
He did.
Okay, good.
He did, but with qualifications. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, here's what you think. I told him exactly what he thought, and he said, "Yeah, how'd you do that?" And I said, I'm old, man. I've been around. I've seen you guys for a long time, but you can do a press conference and get a vibe.
Right.
You know exactly if it's going to be poor, medium, or great.
What's an indicator to you that, like, if you go in to sit down with somebody for an interview, that this is going to be shit? Like what's a little tell for you that you'll just get annoyed immediately?
You know what? It's a tonal thing. It's a vibe. It's not really the questions so much, because especially in press junkets, people will often ask questions that are straight out of the what do you call it? The
Wikipedia?
Like the little brochure or whatever it is they give out. And it's got quotes from all of us and stuff. And so you don't like Twinkies, huh? And all that kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's right. I sure don't. And it's stuff like that. So you kind of sometimes. Also, if they get their interview over with really kind of quickly, and thank you very much for but it doesn't necessarily mean anything if they tell you they love the movie.
Right.
A lot of times you can be talking to someone who doesn't say anything about what they thought about it, but they just ask you the questions and some other stuff about your career. sometimes one will say, "Oh, and by the way, I loved it." And it's like, you're so full of shit. You know, you can just like, don't let the door hit you in the ass.
You know they're lying.
Yeah.
Did you feel, when I just told you that I liked the movie when you came in, did you think I was being legit?
I believe you.
Okay, good.
No, I completely believe you.
Yeah, it's not what he said when he walked in this morning. But it was nice to hear you say that.
But I mean, I can just look at you and know that you like Bad Santa. You don't even have to say a word. It's like, there's a fan. And we know each other already.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm also fascinated with the fact that Dwight Yoakam was based on your dad, like in Sling Blade. That's pretty. Here's what I love about that so much is the character was really a really unlikable guy, but he wasn't so horrible that he seemed cartoonish or made up. It was almost like, that's a real guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you didn't make him so abusive.
What made him a human?
I saw what made him a person and what made him an asshole, and I kind of felt bad when he got killed, but it was just really, that was great.
Yeah, Dwight did an amazing job in that thing, and but yeah, I mean, he was only based on that part of my dad. My dad wasn't that bad all the time, but you know, I've done several characters that I used bits of my dad. My dad was a high school coach, so when I did Friday Night Lights, that was, you know, easy. And there was a little bit of Mr. Woodcock in my dad, you know. So, and a character in Monsters Ball was another character that I actually channeled my dad in terms of his manner, like just the way he looked and the way he walked and everything else.
He was a drinker?
My dad? No, gosh, no. My dad wasn't. I mean, I remember him drinking a couple of times at functions he had to go to, and he couldn't handle it. Oh. You know, I didn't come from a drinking family, other than one of my uncles who was kind of like the character in Bad Santa. But yeah, they weren't real drinkers, my folks.
When you first of all, did they ever try to get you for that Friday Night Lights TV show?
No,
because I know that they grabbed a couple people from the movie. I would assume that you wouldn't have done it, because
I wouldn't have done it.
It doesn't strike me as something that you would do. But like in the Friday Night Lights role, when you know that you have to play something, because the coach in that movie is very kind of even keeled and played down.
Right.
Do you like doing that, or do you wish you had those kind of moments where you can be more outward?
Well, you know, acting for me, whatever the situation calls for is what you do. And in that case, no, that's exactly what I wanted to do. And he was based on a real guy. You know, Robert Duvall said something to me years ago, and he's been a mentor to me, and he said something that really struck me. It's a real popular thing to say with, you know, critics that, this person or that person is a wonderful actor because they're so underplayed and so understated. Well, in fact, life's not like that. I mean, you know, look at, you know, some of the characters you see in real life, like in politics or whatever it is, you know. There are moments that you might do something as an actor and something that a critic who thinks that might say, oh, that was over the top. But life is over the top, and life is subtle sometimes. And Duvall told me one time, he said, there's a very thin line between subtle and boring.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, you see people just, you know, do the sort of actor voice for 2.5 hours, and it's like, come on, dude, you know. And it's like, yeah, Susie, one more thing. I know I'm a man, but I'm pregnant. You know, or whatever it is. It's like, you know, after 2.5 hours of that, you're like, you know, every now and then yell at somebody, will you?
Yeah. And like actually figure out who this character is, not just be this. That sounds lazy to just do it in one kind of streamlined deal the whole time.
Yeah, right. And there are times when it's called for and it works. I mean, you know, examples in my career have been in The Man Who Wasn't There, the Coen Brothers, and in Fargo.
Well, I was going to ask you about Fargo, because how did you know? Because you do Fargo, how did you know that would work for the same reasons that you wouldn't have done the Friday Night Lights TV show? Do you know what I mean? That it wasn't this rehash of this great film, but something new that would, I mean, you can probably tell by looking at me, I'm a massive Fargo fan too, but it's like it turned into one of the best seasons of TV ever.
That was a real decision to make. I mean, you know, I know those guys, the Coen Brothers. I've worked with them several times, and they're friends of mine, and I did make a call and ask them if they were cool with it, you know, kind of getting their blessing, if you will. And they, what meant something to me is when I read the script and they did say, yeah, we're on board with this. I read the pilot script, and it was really good. I mean, it wasn't something that you had to go in there every day and think, I got to fix this scene up a little bit.
Yeah.
I just did what was there. The only thing I brought to the character was they were probably expecting a little bit more out there bad guy, probably a louder bad guy. But early on, there was something in the writing that told me this guy was just sort of a ghost. It's like, is he real or not? Is he going to disappear one day?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you really didn't know what to make of it at first.
And the scene, like at the end, in the when he knows when he knows that he's been found.
Yeah.
Like that scene where you see you see finally some real emotion. Like you're really angry.
Yeah.
That you've been found, and you left this guy behind. That whole life is over.
Yeah.
And now you have to actually deal with this. There's just this one, like, those little moments where you're like...
Exactly.
That's who he is. That's who he is as a person. He's furious.
Exactly.
That he has to deal with this now, and he becomes very murderous very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And as a killer, he knows that he has to be a ghost. He has to be an animal, because he's the perfect example of a human being as close to the animal kingdom as you can be.
Yeah.
He actually is kind of a wolf, and he'll sneak up on you. And if you mess with him in an elevator... If you happen to be a bystander, he will just take care of you.
And Martin Freeman was perfect as the guy to take on. There were William H. Macy-like traits, but it wasn't too similar that you were like, oh, I get what they're going for here.
Exactly. No, Martin did a great job.
And I also wanted, again, not to jump around too much, but the fact that you're afraid of antique furniture, I think, is the greatest thing I've ever heard. That's a real thing?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of it as much. There's a definite phobia. I'm creeped out by it, and not all of it. It's just certain things. Like, for instance, some of my phobias, I don't understand why everybody doesn't have it. You know what I mean? It's like, those old wheelchairs you'd see back in like the 1920s and stuff?
Yeah,
that had kind of wicker on them and stuff, Who wouldn't be creeped out by that thing?
But it's just interesting from a guy like, years ago you were notorious for having, a blood locket with your wife at the time.
Right.
And then to go forward and be like, well, here's what creeps me out. Because to a lot of people, that was like, oh, these are the creepy people over here. And you're like, no. I don't like fucking wicker wheelchairs.
They don't creep me out. I find them a little odd, but they don't creep me out or make me uncomfortable. Like
that's me. Like a castle, to go in a castle with all the mildew and the moss on the wall, and those big old creepy chairs with the velvet on them and stuff. I couldn't eat around that.
Is it about ghosts and people being dead?
No, it's like
it's like gross and germy.
It's like, guys, can you clean off a place for me to eat here? I can't do this. It just creeps me out.
Because there's no reason to hold on to furniture for that. Buy some new furniture.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't have all the shit on it that's been piling up there for years.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the fact that there have been dead people on there and blah. It's just because it's so old.
I mean, let's say I go into a rag shop and I see a really great, deep purple shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's from the day.
Yeah.
And then it's on a rack with a bunch of other dusty old shirts, and I buy it. I go home and I wash the thing up, 3 or 4 times.
You do?
Right.
Yeah, I'm not going to wear that thing. Roger used to wear it, and Roger, no telling.
So you don't like germs? Are you a handshaker or you don't like to shake hands?
I'll shake hands, but then I immediately use the Purell.
Purell, yeah. I understand certain phobias, like heights. I'm afraid of heights, and I get why people would be claustrophobic. But then there's some of the other ones I find are,
You're not a germy guy.
No, I probably wish I was. I'd wear condoms.
Yeah. I was about to say your personal life would be deeply affected if you were a germy guy.
Exactly. No, it's weird because when you sign stuff for guys in the streets, like all the autograph people,
Yeah.
I have a real problem because I'm a germaphobe in a way, and at the same time I'm codependent. So it's like a really bad deal because just now we came from a TV show, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, I sign all the ones I can get to. I sign them and everything, and then I get in the car and I wipe my hands down. And then a couple other cats come up on the skateboards or whatever next to the car because, in New York, in L.A., you get away from people really easy.
Fast.
Yeah. Here you can't get away.
Right.
So you're stuck on a block there, and 3 or 4 cats show up at the window, and, I'm going to do it because, like I said, I'm codependent, so I roll the window down. I've just used the Purell. Now I take the other guy's pen, I write some other stuff up, roll the window up, use the Purell, and then another cat shows up instantly, and I do his too. So I have to use a lot of lotion, you know?
Yeah, you're just destroying all the antibacterial things.
Exactly.
You got to bring your own markers. Have a silver and a black in your pocket and sign with your own.
I know. I usually do, but you know what's weird about it? I don't know why this is. I guess it's then you know that it's. To tell you the truth, I don't know why. I've never asked, but most of the autograph cats want you to use a blue pen.
They do have in their heads. They have this vision of what the autograph should look like.
Yes, a blue pen, but there's a reason for that. Somebody maybe told me a long time ago, but I don't remember what.
I don't remember what it is either, but I know that when I've seen a Joe DiMaggio photo that's supposed to be old, signed in a blue pen. I'm like, Jesus, could that look more fucking forged?
Oh, you know what? I swear to God, this happened. I'm making Friday Night Lights. And first of all, Tim McGraw and I signed a girl's dad's artificial leg, which was weird. She had it in a garbage bag.
The dad wasn't with her. It was just the leg.
No, she brought his leg. Oh. Yeah.
Hope she washed the stump part.
Right, yeah. And, this is a full-on, had a foot and everything. So, anyways, just speaking of this whole forgery idea, this guy comes up to me and he says, look, I've got a lot of posters. I'm really sorry about this, but I've got like every movie ever made practically, and if you'll sign these for me, and he gave me some story about how, I don't know what was going on. Yeah, he had a dandruff or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so, but he said, I know this is a lot to ask, but I'm going to give you something that I've had for a long time that I really treasure. He said, I have this drum head signed by like all these legendary people. And I glanced at it and I saw Merle Haggard and Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings. And
it's amazing.
All these people he'd had, for a while. I didn't pay much attention at the time. So I signed the guy's posters and I'm like, well, that's cool. The guy's giving me something with some cool signatures. So I take it in my trailer, pull it out of its bag there. It's a brand new drum head. First of all, and obviously signed by the same guy.
It's all the same handwriting and the same pen.
No.
Yeah.
And he's just cherished this for years.
For years, yeah. For moments. Yeah, cherished this for moments. I cherished it for as long as it took me to write all these names down in the car 20 minutes ago.
Spelled Merle Haggard with 3 G's.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Why did I look closer?
Yeah, it said Merle Haggard. Yeah.
What a bummer.
Yeah, people are so shitty. Like, just be honest about what you're going to do with it. A lot of times they want to sell it. So a lot of times if you ask them, who do you want it to? They'll go, just sign it.
Should have told them. It would save you a lot of time. Just fake my name on all these posters instead of doing up the drum hit.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It would have been fine.
How many were there? Like, there's got to be a 10 or 12 that you had to sign?
Oh, he probably handed me, there must have been 16, 17 of them. Yeah.
You're a good sport.
Yeah.
Most guys wouldn't have signed all that.
Is that because it seems like in all the interviews I've read that you've done, you're not a big guy on the fame culture. Like, you don't like being famous, but I guess you like having fans.
Oh, I love the fans. I mean, the fans that I've got, I mean, in music and movies, I mean, I don't have the number of fans that, like, say, Tom Cruise or somebody has, but I mean, the ones I have, I really dig them,
Yeah.
And so that I don't mind. My main thing is the sort of social life of being a part of Hollywood and that kind of thing. So, like, I don't get out much, in other words, like I don't go to every Midas muffler opening they have, you know what I mean, or whatever it is. It's like, hey, I want to be there too, I just kind of don't go anywhere.
You're not the see and be seen guy.
Not really. Yeah. I get, I'm still embarrassed by a lot of it, frankly, like being on a red carpet and everybody yelling your name. It's embarrassing to me.
Do you get afraid? Now, you and I are obviously different levels of success, but I'm always terrified when I'm on a red carpet. I just want to go, like, please take my picture. I'm always afraid I'm going to walk on and no one's going to take my photo and it's going to be humiliating. It's always a great opportunity to be totally humiliated.
Yeah, that's it's true when they say, does it bother you when people do this? But it's like, no, it would bother you if they didn't, I guess. But I mean, I don't mind it. I'm just saying that I'm still actually embarrassed by it because you grow up being, I mean, I'm still a pretty insecure guy, and I always think, what the hell would these people care about me for? And then you get there and they yell out your name, and it's like, I don't know how to, it's like I was never a strip club guy because I didn't know where to look. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, because you were insecure about it. You were shy. You didn't want to offend anybody. Like, am I supposed to be looking?
Do I look her in the eye?
Yeah.
Do I look down there? It's like, well, I know I can't do that. That's weird, you know. And then you see the really creepy guys that you know are there every day, and you feel like one of them. And I don't know. So I also never knew how to have the posture of a famous person, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. I don't have that swagger. I know how to just stand there like a dope and let them take my picture, you know what I mean? But I don't really know how to do that thing. Like, I'm uncomfortable around rich people. Like you go to a big party at like some gigantic mansion and everybody's got that attitude and they're all talking about their favorite ski resorts and stuff. Just don't know how to be the guy.
Right.
I mean, I was a dirtbag. I mean, what am I, now look at me. I mean, so I mean, not a dirtbag, but I mean, I grew up poor and I didn't have much, and then you get famous and then all of a sudden you get money and then you're supposed to know how to act. I still don't know how to act.
I keep getting afraid that people are going to find out I don't belong. Like, I'm going to be in the middle of talking to some people who are entertainers or whatever, and then someone's just going to walk in and go, oh, he's a fake, and they're all going to go, oh my God, you are. And I'm going to have to leave. That's
I thought that before. It's like after 36 years in this business, I think someday somebody's going to walk up and say, sir, there's been a terrible mistake.
And we all realize
you weren't supposed to get in here.
It's insane too, because like, you think, what about all this stuff I've done? Yeah, it doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, it's invalid.
Doesn't matter.
We're erasing it. It's over.
No. You weren't supposed to get that. Yeah.
And they said we have to wrap up because he has other. I guess Travis, he has other things.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a couple other interviews to do. It's interesting though, because this is D-Bag. He works for us.
Yeah.
And he wanted you to sign something for him.
Right.
But then I told him a quote that you had once said recently, which was, and I love the quote.
Well, hold on. What did you want him to sign, first of all?
A Sling Blade poster.
A Sling Blade poster.
Oh, you wanted... Okay, that's cool, right?
96.
Yeah, of course.
Because you had said... Sure, I'll sign your Sling Blade DVD, and you can go home and fuck missionary like a metronome and never have an original creative idea in your life.
No, that was in reference to people who bring Sling Blade posters for me to sign when we're in concert, when I'm playing on tour of the band.
Oh,
I see.
See, that's yeah. It's when in other words,
sweat off his brow.
In other words, you go up and you do a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
And you come off stage, and you're selling your record, and I'm not. We never expect to be Bruce Springsteen. Look, this is the only way we even are able to tour is selling these records and the posters from that we sell at the shows.
Yeah.
And so I don't mind signing the movie stuff to the people, but if they've got a stack of Sling Blade posters, and you just did a show,
right?
And they might not even have come to the show.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And you're sitting there trying to do this, and you're dragging
exactly,
me.
Yeah. That's what I was
We
talking
were hoping
about.
you'd rip it up in his stupid face.
No.
That's what I was really hoping for.
I'm happy to sign your Sling Blade poster. Plus, I mean, anybody named D-Bag. You got to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. What a great name.
He is. He's our Thurman Merman. That's exactly. We want to perm his hair and see if we can get the same look on
I love that.
Do you, right before you go, do you regret it all on the same music note? Because I just thought of it. That interview that you did that went viral and everything. You know what I'm talking about in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Do you regret that you got it so visibly annoyed, or was it the exact same thing, that you were trying to do your music and it wasn't, you didn't feel respected?
What was weird about it was that I was vilified and not this cat. That's what I didn't understand. It's like, because, the way they write about that incident, which is, first of all, I couldn't believe it was news. And the second thing is that supposedly I went on a rant, and I barely was audible.
You didn't say a word. That was the whole point.
I was just kind of sitting there. I mean, I went nuts, and I was on drugs and all these things. It's like, no, that didn't happen.
Right.
You didn't see what really happened. What happened went on before, And all I was saying was, I'll talk about whatever you want. I don't care. I don't mind talking about movies. Mm-hmm. All I said was, can you do me a favor, because it says on your teleprompter there that you're going to introduce us as Academy Award-winning actors here with his band. And I said, would you show some props to my guys here and just introduce us as the band, and then let's talk about that. That's all I said.
Sure. Wow.
That's all I said. And they said, yeah, sure, no problem. And then I saw that they didn't take it off of there and said again, look, could you tell the guy, to the producer, could you tell the guy, just make sure. Oh, yeah, that's just for reference. Don't worry about it. We'll never do that to you. First thing, looks me right in the eye and says, basically, I'm going to say it however I want to. And so that's what happened.
That makes a lot more sense.
And so instead of, walking off or storming out or saying something about that, I just decided, well, you know what? I'll just answer your questions with other answers.
Yeah, I can fuck with you too then.
You know?
Yeah.
It was one of those things. It's like if a dude comes up to you and just says, here, I'm going to knock the rock off your shoulder and then, pee on your shoes when people aren't looking,
Yeah, exactly. Why do that when my face is available?
Right, exactly. It was very simple.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah, and I saw him later on, and he came and he was very nice to me and said, look, we kind of made peace over it.
He did. Okay. Good. Yeah. Good. Well, see Bad Santa 2. It's in theaters November 23rd, and you do know, I don't think you would do a sequel to this movie if it wasn't good.
I would not have.
I don't think you would. And it was very, very funny, and there's a lot of good people in it, so check it out. Billy Bob Thornton. It's been a pleasure, man.
Thanks, guys.
It's just great, dude.
Thank you.
We have Donald Sutherland coming in.
Yeah,
Is he here?
No, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Donald Sutherland.
Okay.
Yes.